Hi, this is BooredFemme, and today I'm showing you the Huawei Mate 9 smartphone. So this is beautiful. It really is a sexy beast of a phone if you ask me. But what are you getting? Let's start from the outside inward. We have a beautiful 5.9-inch display, and I do love the fact that they included a screen protector. So that is already in place, and from the edge you can see there's a, well, if you can see, it's a nice curved edge of the glass. So holding the device is very easy. It's nice and comfortable. This doesn't feel too large for my hands as far as a larger smartphone. Obviously women have smaller, most have smaller hands than men. So again, that's the display size. You have the earpiece and then sensor and camera. So this is an 8 megapixel camera from this side. And then let's flip this over. We have, with their partnership with Leica, a dual lens here. So we've got a 20 megapixel black and white camera, a 12 megapixel color camera, and that's going to enable a lot of your other fun features like the splash where you have the monochrome and then the splashes of color. But there are a lot of fun features to play with this camera, more than I even know what to do with. You've got the flash and then sensors, so that's everything from compass to gyrometer to pedometer, accelerometer, and then your fingerprint sensor. So you've got really, a lot of, great capability right there. From the side, you have the power and volume buttons. You've got at the top 2 out of the 4 sensors and headset jack, not sensors, microphone. So what do I mean by microphone? Your headset jack has a microphone built in, and you have the other microphone right here. So that is to lend to different recording capabilities and audio capabilities like directional recording. And then at the side, you have a dual SIM tray. So anyone who's not familiar with that, a dual SIM tray means you can use 2 SIM cards, 2 nano SIM. So, if you need to work on 2 different GSM networks. So if you're traveling overseas or need 2 telephone numbers, but can also be a SIM/micro SD slot. So you could have 1 SIM and 1 micro SD for those of us who need expanded storage and take millions of pictures. So, the nano SIM and the dual SIM tray, in the menu, you can also, really manage it and have instructions. So when you go into your settings, you can see nano SIM and how each of the 2 SIM will perform, which one will go first and so on. And then at the bottom, you have the other 2 microphones, the speakers, and then the USB-C. Thank you. USB-C, I'm so relieved at all of this because all of the wear and tear on those pins, I haven't seen the same wear and tear on the USB-C as far as charging and the port on your devices. So that really does help a lot. I mean, they're small things, but they really go a long way. Now, what do we have as far as the internal? This is working on the GSM platforms, so would not work on, say, for example, Verizon, even though, a couple people really, really wanted it to. But that wouldn't be this particular, version. But it comes with 4 gig of RAM and 64 gigabyte of memory. So you also have the expandable memory. So, you're getting a lot in the guts, and it's a 4,000 milliamp battery. So what does that mean for, what you're using? Since you're getting the, we'll go into the operating system, but it's pretty efficient. So it's supposed to learn your usage. So the 4,000 milliamp battery has really been doing very well, and, leading to the topic of charging. So this has supercharge and dynamic charge. Supercharge would be if it lowers the voltage and ups the current depending on what you're doing. So it's going to learn your usage and what patterns as far as data. But the dynamic charge is also going to adapt to the current of whatever you're using to charge. So whatever your source is, it's going to adjust, so we hopefully don't have any battery issues, and that's supposed to protect your device from the heating up and exploding battery scenarios. So it looks like they're trying to be proactive on all of that, so that really is a huge thumbs up. As far as operating system, this is the Android Nougat 7.0, and it is operating on the EMU 5.0 software. The processor is the Kirin 960 octa-core processor. Let's just go into a couple random things here. Lots of notifications, the Instagram. in one of our crew. So the processor is great. It's already updated to the new operating system, which does also enable the Daydream VR. So those who are heavy into the virtual reality, this is already Daydream ready. So that's really those are the standard specs. But what do I love about the camera? So let's jump into the camera, and since this wouldn't work on my personal line, I'm going to be using this for my camera everywhere. So whether it's on a network or not, it's going to be my camera. But what do we have? I like the navigation bar at the top. Oh, you've got a couple of simple features here, your flash, and then if you take a look, let's go into this here. You can change it. You can change it to wide aperture and then backwards. So nice, simple options here. Vivid colors, a couple of quick changes. And then we have filter options. So those are a lot of fun too. I definitely found the ND was interesting when I was taking a couple of shots. Now, let's not put my finger in front of it. And then your selfie mode. So we'll go into that in just a second. But your navigation bars give you a lot. So if you swipe from the left side, you have a whole slew of things that you can play with. You've got monochrome, you've got beauty shot or beauty video. You've got the HDR, so this is 4K video, and it is H.265 compression. You've got panoramic, night shot, light painting. Some of these, you'll use, some you won't. Watermark, would I really use watermark? Probably not, but who knows what you'll play with. Slow-mo, document scan. Oh, here we go. That was one little quick thing that you saw there. If it goes dark, you can just tap the screen to wake up the camera. You're not having to unlock your device again. Document scan, I definitely like that because you're not going to have a separate app that you need to download to go ahead and, convert documents or download or, scan some documents. So that's the left bar. The right goes in a little bit more depth with changing the resolution, the GPS. You can automatically add the watermarks if you like those. Assistive grid, mute, timer. Let's see what else I wanted to show you. Let's see. Audio control. You can turn audio off. So if you're recording video, for example. But I know what I wanted to show you. Let's go back over and let's go to selfie mode. Okay. So you're in the selfie mode. Hello. Now when you swipe over from the side, you have a couple of other options. You have mirror reflection, so you can, instead of it being the exact, it'll be a mirror reflection of the photo. Timers, where is my selfie option here? Oh, here we go. So the beauty options, you can change the different levels from here. But where is it? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Perfect selfie. That's the one I wanted to show you. So if you use perfect selfie, when you first go to take a selfie, it's going to do a couple of things. And this isn't the first device that it's on, but it'll have you take a picture facing front, facing the side, and then looking down. And you can, go ahead and change the presets. So then when you all of a sudden have a selfie, you can widen the eyes and have a lot of fun and almost make your own Snapchat-ish pictures. So if we go over and go back to the perfect selfie, you can change the effects and change the level. So if you go to beauty effects, there I am, day off and so on. But you have a bunch of different levels. So there's smooth, whiten, enlarge eyes, brighten eyes, thinner face, and you can just change which level for each of those accordingly and just play with it as much as you want. And then just go back, or save or cancel. So a lot of fun things you can do with the selfie. I wanted to take a look at a couple of the other pictures. Oh, no, let's go back. Let's go out into, I can't navigate at the moment. There we go. Let's go to the gallery. And again, nice large display. So it's just, it's nice navigating this device, definitely. You've got the crazy selfie that I had over here. But I wanted to show you a couple of the other photos. For those of you who do not know, I own a snake. And this is Miss Wheezy here, with the red light on in her tank. Well, that was one photo that I just took standard from the camera, but then using, I believe it was the ND filter. Let's go back so you don't have to see that. I know, I'm navigating, I'm flipping all over the place here. Here we go. Let's see here. That's where I use the ND feature, so it really obviously cut out that red, but it really still picked up all of the details down to the shimmer and the shine on her scales and stuff like that. So that is the snake. That's what I was playing with as far as some of the filters. But for the A couple of others, let's take a look. Let's see, Patriots, flowers. I mean, you'll be able to take a look at a few more of these. But one where I was playing with filters and then some of the text options, that was a lot of fun. The original picture was here. Oh no, I keep playing. There we go. That was the original picture. And then I was playing with the features. And then I was playing some more with the shadow. Where the splash. So you can see here, I'm in color and everything else is black and white. When you go to use it, you would simply hold down what object you want to be in color, and it's going to pick up all of the colors in that picture that are similar, and then you can just erase what you don't want. So there's, I mean, again, I'm going on and on about the camera. There's way too much to play with, so let's just get back out of that. Needless to say, I love the camera. So, those really are I would say, the most important features of the Mate 9. Play with it, play with the camera. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, the retail price is, I believe, $5.99. I've seen it on some sites for $6.99. And it comes in a whole array of colors. I want to show you the accessories it comes with in a minute too, but it comes in space gray, moonlight silver, champagne gold, mocha brown, which is just beautiful, and then the ceramic white. So that is the Huawei Mate 9. And then lastly, just, as far as accessories it comes with, I really do like their packaging, but it comes with a little, matte case. So you can just simply snap that on, protect your device. We have, some people do this in other order, but we've got our charger, and that is the USB to its USB-C. We also have a micro USB to USB-C adapter, set of headphones. So those look really, nice and straightforward with nice controls on the side. And then you also have your SIM tool. So, really great packaging, great device. And, I can't wait to keep, playing with the camera. And this is the Mate 9 signing off. Enjoy.